UrTypical Podcast.
Thank you for listening to UrTypical Podcast. You got Donnie here, and I got my boy
Mikhail. What up?
We're back for 2 episodes because we missed last week. We're so sorry, but it was so much going on the show and in life that we were like, we should do episode 9 and 10 together. So we're giving you a double whammy, episode 9, episode 10. I feel like episode 10 has more to talk about than episode 9, but we'll get into it. How are you feeling? How are we doing?
I mean, I chatted with you before about all the things going on in my life and the double whammy in itself of my phone and my car engine, same time having to get a new one and all that shit. But overall, doing good. These episodes were cinematic in itself.
They were.
Top tier, I would say, up there. And the last episode, I think, has been the best episode of the whole season 50, and
Yeah,
I've heard a
agree.
lot of opinions, and it seems like a lot of the consensus is that has been the best episode, and then one of I would say going to be one of probably the top episodes in Survivor history so far.
Yeah. Can you see that we keep saying like, well, there's one episode earlier that's like, oh, this is the best episode of the season. Then there's a different episode where like, this is the best episode of the season. And now we're here and like this. So the season is good, guys. I feel like people are like sleeping on it. It's a good season. I think you have to be patient with it, but like it's giving us all the things. Like if you watch episode 10 and you're a fan of the show, there's no way that you could walk away being like, I hated that episode. It had everything that you could possibly want. Like it had the cinema, it had the drama. Our girl Sari got what she wanted. Stephanie was like, there's so many good things that happen that you can't be upset. Yeah, just W after W, especially after losing Christian. Spoiler alert: Christian goes home episode 9, which was really rough. So I think we're all like gotta hang in there. If it makes you feel better, the audience team is done. Like literally, they have no one left.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be following them soon.
So the audience is out of the running.
Donnie's got a dominant team.
Yeah, I've only lost one person. It was only D.
And you still have Emily, people, which is insane.
That's crazy. Emily has been on her last leg forever. I thought she was going home weeks ago.
Cat with 9 lives.
Cat with 9 lives. All right. So let's get into episode 9. So one of the first things that happens is we get kind of like the fallout of Devens' like fake idol play. So when Christian, is that who went home? Not Christian. Chrissy and Coach, they went home because Devin pulls out this fake idol. Do you think Devens was gonna be safe anyway?
I think it wasn't the right time for it. I think he would have been safe. I think there might have been one more vote that would have gone on him, maybe one person, but I think the consensus was it's time for them to go. And I think like kind of what we've seen, the dominant 3, Sari, Rizzo, and Ozzy, like they've kind of been the ones that have been moving the needle and how they want to go. And I think that at the end of the day, it was always going to be Chrissy and Coach, but
yeah.
I think that Rick was very scared. I think even this episode, we see it where people are like, okay, come on. Like, you weren't going to go home really. Like, obviously we're going to tell you like what you want to hear, but like you weren't going to go home at the end of the day. And I do think that in my opinion, I like that Rick is playing the game where he's not playing like a scaredy little cat. He's playing the game full force. And yeah, like I could say maybe he could have saved it and done it later, but it is Rick Chaos Devens. He knows how to play the game when his back is against the wall. He knows how to just like be kind of a cat in a cage going crazy. Like anytime anything happens. So like regardless, I think him playing it just kind of started fueling him up for the rest of the season going forward and however long he lasts. Hopefully it's long for our entertainment. But I think he's one of those players that thrives in chaos. So him doing that, and he might not even thought about it consciously, is what's getting him to get to where he normally knows how to play the game.
Yeah, I think like him, I mean, it's kind of interesting. We saw episode 9 where like he pulls out, or episode 8, I guess. He pulls out this fake idol. Episode 9 where he's like, "Fuck!" Like everyone knows I have the fake idol now. Beginning of episode 10, he's like, "Hey guys, my idol was not real. Sorry, I
The
lied."
full circle
But
moment.
then by the end of episode 10, it's like, well, now I have a real idol for real. So it's like you really went on the full journey with Devens, and I agree. I don't necessarily think he needed to play it, but I could imagine like him using not only his sorry, yawn.
Yawn break.
Yawn break. He used not only his like player brain, but also like I feel like Devens thinks in like a producer mindset of like, damn, how shitty would it be to go home if I didn't go grab that idol that I planted? And like I even saw something from Christian where Christian said like, you guys have to remember, I didn't know where it was exactly. I knew that it was somewhere near the rocks, but like me and Devens didn't hide the idol together,
Yeah.
nor did I watch him.
He was
put it
on his
where he
ass.
put it. Yeah, so it's like Christian's like, I wasn't sure if Devens was gonna play it, but like it was like equally ours to play. So I think that was interesting to see. I will say, like watching episode 9, you're like, damn, what if Christian had gotten the idol from Tribal? That might have boded well for him in this like silly twist that we saw that Christian got stuck in, and all that.
Don't even get me started on that.
We'll get there.
Oh my god.
So one thing I also wanted to point out is that Sari kind of basically tells us like, I'm aligned with everybody. Like, do you think like in a game Survivor, is it better to have like your loyal allies that you're like, these are people I'm working with, I'm not working with these people? Or is it better to do like Sari and just kind of be aligned with everybody? It's like, I have a pecking order. I have a hierarchy system where it's like Rizzo, Ozzy, Christian, blah, 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 whoever's next after that. And that's how you function again. Which do you think is better?
Yeah, I think it definitely comes down to the player. And I think that Sari has built such a good reputation and is just such a social threat where she can play that type of game. But I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of players will try to play that type of game and it doesn't work for them because they're not Sari Fields. Like they're not, you know, and like I personally like it because she's not closing any doors, right? She's building enough connection to them where they're like, well, why would we want to get rid of Sari? But then you get to that certain line where it's like, if someone is going to start looking at it, going, holy shit, like I like Sari, Donnie likes Sari, this person over here likes Sari, this person over here likes Sari, then it's like, there's a common thing going on where Sari's having that mist, right? Where, you know, when we're looking at it from the grand scheme of it all, like she's in the best position because no one at the moment wants to get rid of her. Like she came back and everyone's like, Sari, yes, Sari, like let's do that way. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, like if you know, like I think that this episode someone kind of started. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Stephanie? I think Stephanie tried to say something, or then she backtracked. Like even then, I think it's just having full control of the tribe is like such a hard thing to do, and it is a very hard line that you have to play. So I personally would love to play that way. A lot of people can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like Sari, because she's Sari, she can play the way. This is also a way that like people ruffle feathers, but like you're loyal to everyone, therefore you're loyal to no one. So like this could come bite her in the butt, but like I also think it will be, and on the show they don't see it, but like to us it's like, I think it's different than you're playing a game where it's like, oh, I'm aligned with all these people. I have no one. I have no number one. The thing about Sari is that she does have 2 number ones. She has like people that she wants to go to the end with. And I think maybe that's the like differentiation. Like you can pretend like you're working with everyone 100% sure, but at the end of the day, who are you being loyal to? And I think like she's constantly showing that like she's loyal to Ozzy and Rizzo. And like one of the things that happens right at the top of this episode that I'm like, yikes, like this, I knew it was going downhill for Christian soon as it happened. When he came to Sari saying like, you know what I just figured out? Ozzy is in the middle, and we need to take Ozzy out. Ozzy is the person that's the most connected. And of course, she
Seriously?
goes to Ozzy right away. It just happened last week with Chrissy, and it's happening again
Mm-hmm.
this week. You throw out
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy's name, secret, it happens next week as well, like in episode 10, and it's like, fuck, like, how do these people not see how close Ozzy and Sari are? Specifically Christian, who had
Mm-hmm.
been on the same tribe as them starting off. Um, what do you feel about that? Sorry, I
Number.
feel so yawny today, guys.
It's one of those days. It's true. It's starting to rain here as well. We're in different places. New York, Chicago, a little different, but yeah, it's rainy all the time. It's crying for our boy Christian here.
Yeah,
No, I agree. That's where it's like why partly I want to be on the show so bad so that I can like see it from my own perspective of being on the beach of like, am I seeing everything that's going on? Because
yeah,
when we look at it, how the hell do they not know Sari and Ozzy are working together? They voted together like every single time.
yeah. But we
Like
have all the information, I guess, and
yeah,
they
we have
don't.
all the information to see it, but like, and that's where it goes back to that mist of being able to, they're able to, Sari has gotten the ability to be so far in the middle that I'm going to coin it as the invisible middle. That's what
Yeah,
she's doing right now. She is in the middle, but no one knows she's in the middle. And that
yeah. No
is
one
like,
perceives what's actually the middle in the game, which is
but the
so
thing is,
funny.
who's getting caught for being, it's Ozzy and Rizzo because they just don't have that type of pull. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like, I'm just like, I'm just baffled because I'm like, even Christian, when he went to her, I'm like this. I'm like, why would you tell Sari that Ozzy needs to go? Like, that's not what you do. Like, if
yeah,
you're thinking that, you just don't tell Sari that. But I think that's where Sari has such a connection where it's like, even people like Christian, they almost have to work through Sari because they know if they tell someone else, it's going to get back to Sari.
yeah. They have to
And
work
that's
with
what it
her. Like,
seems that's what it seems like,
mhm,
and that's what I'm gathering. But I just think
yeah.
it's wild. I was so like, I was like, Christian, no. I'm like, you're writing yourself out at this point. And then he did write himself out.
Mhm. And props, I will say, props to Rizzo and Ozzy, because equally they're able to mask this relationship with Sari as
Mm,
well. I think, like, interestingly enough, they're like so spread out. They're so not together, but together. People don't even notice it, which I
mhm.
think is like pretty impressive, especially like at this point where, I mean, I guess episode 11, there's 9 people left, and 3 of them are this Wizard of Oz alliance, Cerise Wizard of Oz alliance. And honestly, if they just take out one more person, I don't see a world where at least one, if not 2 of them, are sitting in the final 3
I
because they
agree.
will have the numbers. And like this whole time, it's like people were worried about this like honor and integrity alliance, but it's like the real alliance you should be worried about is like honestly, like Suri, like she's connected with Ozzy,
Demon.
Rizzo, and herself, but then she also like has a budding relationship with Tiffany that they're not
Mhm.
even exploring, but we see it.
Mm,
And then weirdly enough, I see Joe kind of like confiding in Suri and Tiffany a lot as well. Like I feel like he's been very like open. I mean, episode 10, like he tells them like, hey, the plan is to get out Ozzy. They wouldn't have known
mm,
if that what he didn't come tell them. Um and I just like they voted together like pretty much this whole time. And then Tiffany and Joe have the connection for being duos. And
mhm.
I'm like, all you really need, Sari, if you think about it, is that 5 lock in. I think she could be set. And like there's a little things that could go wrong, and we can talk about that in a bit, but like I can't see a lot of things going wrong for her at this moment. I do think
Mhm.
she'll be salacious at 6 and 5 to take out. Maybe even if she's definitely not going to be someone who they bring to the final 3. So she's going to have to do something to earn her way there, whether that's making
Exactly.
fire or winning immunity. It'll be great to see Sari win an immunity challenge in 2026, I will say. Um, I think it's unlikely. So I think like she's gonna have to do something, but I think that's all she's ever been missing, like the ability to win her way to the end. So if she just, I don't know what she could do differently. Maybe she stepped it up. Maybe she's been practicing fire, and like I don't know, like maybe Australian Survivor. She like I can't go out for fire 3 times on Survivor. So this season she's like, I at least gotta make fire. Who knows?
Let's
But like,
hope.
yeah, let's hope. Let's fucking hope. I would be so sad. So then we get to this immunity challenge. What did you think of Jeff playing with them? Like, did you think it was fun? Did you think it was like Uncle Jeff sit down?
A lot of people, like, I think a lot of people are like, Jeff is trying to be the main character, which I think partly he is. I think people do have to realize that Jeff has put 50, he's been on every season, 50 seasons now. So it's like, it is kind of a tribute to him and allowing him to have these little like nuances. And I think he's also doing some of these to see what do people like, what do people not like. Because if people like these, maybe we'll implement these other seasons, stuff like that. Honestly, I liked it. It changes it up a little bit. I thought it was interesting. I wish that there was kind of, I guess rice, but like more of like a stakes thing. Like it
Yeah,
was very easy for him to lose regardless, but like, kind of how they doubled the prize money. What if it was we take 100 grand off the prize money if you lose? Like something to really like raise the stakes where people are like, holy
yeah,
crap, like we
motivate
need to
them.
lock in instead of, oh, we don't get rice. Like, which, yes, I know rice. Everyone's gonna say, Mikhail, rice is important. Like, it feeds you. Look at how much Jonathan got his whole cup and he's Thor, like things like that. But like at the end of the day, like the money is a big part of why they're out there is to win the money.
Yeah,
So if you
everyone's
mess with
there for
that,
money.
like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I think that's what I would have liked more because I think it would have been more intense. But I liked it. I think Jeff did decent enough, 7.5 minutes, but he got cooked by a lot of people. So that was fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a thing too. It's like he really I wanna say, I wanna point out Joe, Ozzy, Tiffany,
Mm.
Joe, Ozzy, Tiffany, and Jonathan have been killing the challenges this
They
season.
have. They've
They
been
have
so good.
not missed, especially Tiffany. I'm so impressed with her.
She's been
Like
locking in.
she's been great. Like literally
She was
every
so
challenge,
close.
like she's been close. Ozzy has won one immunity so far
He's
this
been
season, but
closer
has
too.
been in the I think every
Top
challenge
two.
she's been second.
Yep.
So I think that just says a lot. They're all so great. And granted, like I think a challenge like this, like is very beneficial to like the body types of those 4. But I just wanted to say like Jeff had no way of beating them. Like, it was
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
You know,
So
and I think the thing is, like, even with that in mind, like, I think it's interesting because I feel like a lot of, like you said, with the body types, right? I think a lot of these challenges have been more physical. That's what it's
yeah,
been appearing, which is like, okay, we don't want to, a physical ending, in a puzzle, but like, is there, like, I want them to bring back like fun challenges that we've had in the past, like things that are like different. That's what I want. I don't want to see the same challenges 24/7. They need
I
to bring,
yeah.
like, I think it was Vanuatu where they had this huge like tower thing that you had to like climb up and through. Like things like that. That's interesting. I know it's
Yeah.
physical, but like at least make it that way. And I
Yeah.
think that for me, if it continues this way, it gets to the point where is your Cerise, is your Rizzo's, is your,
They're not
Emily's,
gonna win the
are they going to think about it of like, well, the jury, are they going to respect that? But like, they also have to realize like these big physical threats are either going to start have to cannibalize themselves. So maybe I guess they're fine, or they're just going to not have a chance to win in the end because the physical challenge is just going to keep beating them. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
you're
So
right. You're right. It's like also one of those things too, like from Ozzy, Tiffany, Joe, and Jonathan's perspective. In my head, what I will be thinking is like, I should get one of these people out because if I get them out, my likelihood to win the challenge goes. Like if I was Ozzy, I'd be like, Joe has to go because
yeah.
if Joe's not winning the challenge, most likely I'm winning the challenge.
Yep.
So that's what I will be thinking too. I think it like it's one of those things that I guess is hard to prepare for, and like in a way, like there are some
Was a jury
challenges
respect.
that, yeah, there are also challenges that, like technically speaking, like the one where they had to hold themselves up, didn't really like contribute to someone like Jonathan. But then you get the argument like Ozzy is kind of great at everything. So like there's not gonna be many challenges where he's not gonna, he even like said, I saw an interview where he's like, I wish we had water challenges this season because that was my thing. That's like, yeah, of course, because he would have killed everyone in the water. So I just think it's one of those things that I don't know if there is a perfect formula for challenges. Perhaps they should take the Big Brother route of like just making every single challenge where anybody could win at any single point. But then I don't know, maybe it turns into not Survivor technically. Um, I like the team aspect. I thought that was fun. Maybe that can be something they mix in where it's like part one is a team challenge, physical, and then part two, maybe that is the, more mental, or I don't know. I think the multiple part challenges probably are the formula, but I don't know. They just do everything just feels like the same formula. Every challenge we see is like the same
Yeah,
mechanics, same muscles, same all of that.
same thing.
We see Joe win individual immunity for the second time in a row. Go Joe.
That was
Um
good.
The one thing that I thought was interesting about this episode is that Jeff tells everyone that someone has to go on a journey. Joe gets the pick. And Joe lets everyone else decide. But they were, I mean, I guess we didn't say it, but the episode begins with everyone pitching Christian and then Christian pitching Ozzy. Why would Joe let Christian even possibly go on a journey to be safe? And like it all worked out, I guess. I suppose.
Yeah.
But like,
You don't know.
would
Yeah,
you do that? Would you do that? This seems
no,
stupid to me.
no.
Yeah.
I think it's the fucking craziest thing in the world. Like I was so like, what are we doing? Like why are we doing rock paper scissors? Just just go. Oh, I'm thinking of a number. Whoever guesses, and just lie. Like literally, like because why would you let someone who you are pitching have an opportunity? Yes, apparently journeys nowadays you lose your vote and stuff. But look at what Cherie got. Like, yes, she got to come back and stuff. But what if it was a challenge like that? Like,
Yeah.
people can do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
those are like it takes time, but people can do that. But like, I'm just so like baffled that they gave Christian even a inkling of a
Opportunity.
chance,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and like, yes, it didn't work out for him, but Joe doesn't know that. He could have gone
Yeah.
there and gotten freaking Jimmy Fallon idol, like for all we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's been crazy. I wouldn't even given him a chance. I would have said, "Oh, Christian, you want to go? Anyone else want to go? Oh, Ozzy, you want to
Yeah.
go? I'm thinking of a
I'd be
number 1
like,
through 10. Ozzy,
everyone
it's
can
done."
play
Like,
everyone can play rock, paper, scissors, except Christian. I'm so sorry. You're not going on that journey. It's my decision. I'm gonna veto that. I'm so sorry. Christian won rock, paper, scissors. I'm gonna choose Jonathan. That's Jonathan, you have to go to the journey because there'll be no way that I like will let Christian go. I'm sorry.
yeah.
So we get to this journey though. This was rough because when he got there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect challenge
Me
for
too.
Christian. This is the person who I was sent to do this challenge. So he reads the Jimmy Fallon letter. Basically, it's like, if Christian loses the challenge, I actually saw the full, I don't know if you read the full note, but like I think it was like fully like they didn't really get into the positive parts of it because we didn't get to see that part. But basically the note said, here, I wonder if I could find the full Jimmy Fallon note. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's say I can't find it, so never mind. But just know, it was like a full thing saying like, if you complete this challenge in time, you get to put a vote in the urn. You get to write someone's name down, but you can either bank your vote, like you can use your second vote tonight, or you can pretend like you didn't put the vote in the urn and keep your vote for the next vote. So it was
Why
like an
didn't it
extra
show
vote.
that? I guess they
It's
didn't
because it
matter
was
'cause they
like
have to
not,
know.
yeah, which makes sense. Like now that we look back, it's like, of course, Christian was always going to lose because we never really found out what was positive about that. I guess like
Mhm.
one in the urn could be an advantage of like, okay, I want Mikhail out.
Donnie.
You're like, ouch. But like, say if like that's what I
Mistake one.
wanted, it would be like, okay, I'm gonna put Mikhail's name on here, and when I get
Mistake
back to
2.
tribal, I'm going to be putting like throwing your name like, no, like let's get Mikhail, and I
Mistake
could
3.
just be pushing. And I could be pushing your name, and people don't know that I already have a vote in the voting box towards you. So like, say if like I'm like, oh, I need 4 votes. In reality, I only know that I need 3 votes, and I have 1 vote. So it's like, okay, I only need 2 more other votes. So it's like you could have used it like that, but the loss, I just thought it was like tricky
Too
because there's
hard.
really no way out of it, and he didn't really know it. I wish he got to at least read the note by
Yeah,
himself before he went.
I
Um,
agree.
he fails and he takes the note of shame and he has to go read it to everyone.
Yeesh.
Do you
That
want to
was
tell
such
us
a
what it said?
well, firstly, that was such a sad challenge because it was such a his challenge. And, like, I'm just shocked. Like, he hasn't done as well in puzzles as I thought he would this season. Like, and it was just very sad to watch. Basically, the note said, "Are you ready? Drum roll,
Yeah.
please. Hey, everybody! I'm a sitting duck. Vote me so I can be out of the game. This is bullshit." No. Basically, it said, I didn't win the challenge. I have to write down my name tonight and tell you all blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much what happened.
Do you think the challenge, the twist was too harsh?
I think so. I mean, like, I think if he didn't have to tell everybody, but he had to write his own name down, I think that would have been fine. But it was the act of telling everybody in an open forum, which I guess he can't even lie because he has to be honest about that. Telling
Yeah.
him
I mean,
in
I
an
would have
open
been
forum.
reading. Yeah, today I did the challenge and I did great. And it wouldn't have been what was on the paper.
Yeah. So
And
like
I'm safe from tonight, so you cannot vote me. Sorry, guys, I'm safe.
So I don't know. It was just I think it was it wasn't even the fact of him writing his own name down. It was the fact that he had to tell everybody. So everyone's like, oh, there's already a Christian vote on Christian. So like it's easy. So let's vote him. Like that's kind of how it turned, even though people already because the claim is, well, everyone was already going Christian. Yeah, but you just didn't even give him a chance. And
Yeah.
you could say his
There
chance was the
was
journey, but like realistically, you didn't give him a chance, and people could say,
there
"Well,
was
he
a
played
high
his."
likelihood that it would have been Emily if Christian already didn't have his name written down
Yeah.
already.
So
High likelihood.
it's just it's a little frustrating. I think he even, like when we got to the tribal council, he got very heated, and he's like, like this is kind of shit. Like it was kind of funny, and I'm like, it's completely fair. That's $1 million that you're getting taken away from you for like it, and it's not even the fact of writing your own name down, it's the fact of you have to honestly tell everybody that you're
Yeah.
writing your name down. That is the kicker.
They really gave him no options. That's the only thing I didn't like. I thought it was interesting to be like, oh, people talk about, oh my gosh, I bet you guys wish Christian just lost his vote this time. Because he didn't only lose his vote, he had to vote for himself, which is objectively worse. Number 1. Number 2 is like, okay, he has to tell everyone. And not only he has to tell everyone, he has to open the letter and read it in front of everyone. So he has no time to react. He has no time to, strategize through what it might say. And I just thought it was kind of like you said, is make him a sitting duck, put his back against the wall where he had no real options. Like, truthfully, like, what could he have done? Only thing that I could think that he could have done, which is kind of messy, is throw Devens under the bus and tell everyone that
It's
he
a
doesn't
fake
have an
idol.
idol. That's the only thing that I think Christian could have done to
That
save
would have been
himself.
cinematic.
And obviously, he would never do that. If it was me, if I'm out of options,
You're
I may
doing
have
that
to throw
if we're working together?
if it was like, I'm
Okay.
probably going home tonight.
You blew up
I
my
need to do
position in
something.
the tribe to
I mean, you're
to
probably already going home anyway last week. So
Hey,
you bought yourself an extra week. I'd be like,
I did.
guys,
Hey,
you
the extra
guys,
week is worth it. I get extra money on the show.
I'd be like, this is my last thing that I could do. I know you're all voting me out. And I think Christian knew that. Or I guess he said he was blindsided. And maybe he felt comfortable, but like, truthfully, I think when you do get in the position that Christian is in, unfortunately, sometimes the only way to save yourself is to like sacrifice a lamb. And that could have been Emily or Devens. Like, that could have been the sacrificial lamb that you gave them. But honestly, I think, unfortunately, Emily and Devens tried as hard as they can to get Ozzy out, and it was just never gonna happen. So yeah, we lost Christian to a
Yeah.
basically what was it? 6 to
6-3-2.
2, which that was like rough
Yeah.
for Christian. Do you think like everyone who voted with the majority, that made sense? Like, was anyone's vote a surprise to you?
Honestly, not really. I think for me, it all makes sense because like the only one where people might be like a little bit is Aubrey. But like I'm gonna be honest with you, the way Aubrey's been playing this whole season is she is an opportunist. So she is going to do what's ever best for her game. And like she would have rather worked with Christian than some of the people that she's working with. So because she might see them as bigger threats, as like she probably knows where everything's at. But I really think that the numbers pretty much speak for themselves, and that's kind of where it is at the moment. I think we got this big, we got the 3. Yes, Ozzy voted differently, but that was to split the votes. You have that
But
3,
also
and then
smart. That's kind of smart.
smart. But then
Kinda
you
take
got
the heat off
Tiff
of
and
them.
Joe, who are kind of like that 4 and 5 in that group, and then Jonathan, Steph are kind of just floating ducks because their side got obliterated. And then, and which to me is like still so wild because it's like, I'm just like, they view it as like Suri, Ozzy are like out there, right? And not like their own side. And that to me is wild to see where it's like, people are just getting eliminated. And like, cause if I was in it, right? If I'm Jonathan, or Stephanie, like you almost have to like you would think you'd almost have to look at where the numbers are and be like, oh, like Tiffany, Joe, Rizzo, and obviously they don't know that, I guess. But like you gotta at least have some like inkling because the last 2 votes of how they voted, right?
Yeah.
Like that they're
I
together
think
and you almost have to go to like Emily and your Devens and be like, hey, like, I think what's gonna happen is we might see it next episode and it's too late. And it's
I
too
mean,
late, and they're
it
just
quite literally, episode 10, one of
and
the
Steph
first
went
things we
home.
see
Yeah.
is that Jonathan is like, we need to go for Ozzy, and
Yep.
goes to Devens and brings in Emily or getting Ozzy, and it was a whole clusterfuck. So we're in episode 10. Yay. Emily and Devens are like, we're on the bottom. We gotta start turning up the heat even more. And I think like basically Rick Devens is like, you know what? I played the best when I had to be clever at season 38. Therefore, season 38, Rick Devens is back. I'm done playing. So one of the first things he did, which I would love to get your take on, is he tells everyone in the tribe that his idol wasn't real. How did you feel about that? Like, what was your? Did you think this is smart? Do you think this is? Like,
I mean, it's got its own category. It's Rick Devens, right? Like I think, he could have gone 2 ways of just not owning up to it, but I think he probably just got the perception to everybody that they know it's not real and that it's fake. And I think he just got to that point where he's like, I need to really lock in and build inroads with people. So letting them know that it's fake is a lot better than lying to them and continually lying to them. I think he could have maybe gone to a few people, but I think at that point, then people will go and like, oh, Rick told me it was fake. And it kind of, so I think it was the right call. I think I would have rather seen him look for an idol before he did it and then
Yeah.
tell people that it was fake because no
And
one
then
has
have
been
a
looking
real
for
one.
idols on the island, which is
Yeah. Or we
really kind
haven't
of
seen it.
crazy.
We haven't seen
Or we
it.
haven't
Maybe.
seen it. Maybe it's getting edited out, but like
Because they haven't
I'm just
found it.
like, where I'm like,
Allegedly.
Rick, why are we not running through the jungle? Like what we doing? The island. What's going on?
Yeah. After Rick does this, Joe says like, I don't like the great deception
His
that Rick
meme,
is able
bro.
to peel off of him sitting.
Yeah, Joe's meme, bro. Just
He
anytime.
hates Rick Devens.
He does.
I
He
was
hates
gonna say
everything.
the last episode they had this conversation and it was so awkward. It was so awkward. I could feel the awkwardness.
tension.
Joe,
The
I
awkwardness.
think Joe, if anything, he's showing us 2 times in a row how no matter the game he's playing, history management is trash. He's
It's
like, I
bad.
don't care about my relationships. I don't care how I connect with people. Who gives a fuck? I'm honor and integrity, and that's all he
Yep.
cares about.
Yep, pretty much.
Which is kind of crazy. Cause he like also does the lying thing. He also does the
They all do, and that's
blabber. It's the part of the game. It's
and
literally
that's
part
what
of the
I
game.
I told my friend Jake. I'm like the thing is when we get into this point of I'm truthful, I'm never going to tell a lie. You have to lie in some capacity on the show. Like you have to physically lie because and people will say, well, like if someone listens and they tell them a name and they don't say anything, they're not lying. Let's be honest. You even
Yeah.
entertaining that, not telling them, no, that's actually not what I'm doing. Like there's lying. There's not
Yeah.
honesty.
To play a good Survivor game, I will say, like, I
Unless your
always think
first
about
boot,
like, unless your first boot,
unless
unless
your
you're
first
Jenna.
boot, and you go on the island and tell everybody, "Hey, everybody, I'm gonna be so honest and not lie to anybody. I'm
I'm
not
going
gonna
after
talk to
Sari.
anybody, so I'm honest." And then you
Yeah.
go home. Then you played an
Yeah.
honest and
Mhm.
integrity game.
I think like in Survivor, I classify there's like unnecessary lying, which I'm like, it really didn't have to do that. And I think that's when you ruffle feathers of like for instance, like I played at LRG where someone was like, we're final 2, and in final 5 she voted me out. And like I was like, I'm not upset. I'm just like, you lost my vote because I felt like you didn't need to tell me I was your final 2. Like it didn't need to be said versus like something different like, Mikhail, I'm not voting for you tonight. I'm not writing your name down. But like sometimes there's information that you physically cannot give for the sake of the game. Like I
Yeah.
can't tell you that I'm voting you out because you might have an idol and it might go back on me. And that's like
Yep.
where I'm like, I think you just need to like weigh what lies you tell. But like at the end of the day, like you have to throw people's name out. You have to make moves. You have to be strategic. And that is all a part of the game. And being strategic doesn't always align with telling the truth. Like being
Exactly.
strategic could be telling the truth when you need to. It's holding back the truth. I wouldn't say Rizzo, Sari, and Ozzy are lying about their relationship, but they're definitely not being very
They're
forthcoming
not being
about.
truthful.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's okay. That's a part of the game. So like, I don't get when like Joe and like Coach was a big naysayer, and like Jonathan has been caught. Lie. He literally said a
Yeah.
lie this episode that like Ozzy had been throwing Stephanie's name out, which
I
is
never
false.
lied.
Yeah,
never
it's just like you have to, and I think it's kind of hypocritical when people are like, I don't want to play with someone who's a liar, but it's like, but you have to lie, like you
Yeah,
legitimately
exactly.
have to.
Stephanie was the same exact way, and we'll get into that later with the tribal council, but it's like, bro, you're lying right now. Just like don't try to I think it's okay to lie, but when you try to go back and when it's a clear lie and everyone knows it's a lie, to then sit there and go, "No, I wasn't lying." It's just digging your grave even more because it's like people know the game that you're playing with that. Like you're just
Yeah.
making it worse.
I agree. We get to the auction. We all love an auction. And it's a regular auction, which was kind of great. Like I was like, okay, there's no
Yeah.
like, if you don't spend your money, you lose your vote. So
Yeah.
stupid. Everyone got $500. They could share money, but they could not share food unless it said so. But there was no real risk at the end. It's like you buy what you buy. There is like some stuff that come with like a weird chaos element, which didn't actually come into play a lot, to be honest. Twice, and then one big time at the end. But like everyone got like some fun stuff. Like I think like Devon's got like French fries, and Emily got milkshake, and
so
like
good.
yeah, everything looked good. I thought it was, you got to really know people of like Suri, like going to like puke halfway through. You get to see like Aubrey. Could you eat some grubs? Is that something
No,
you could
God,
do?
no, dude, no. Like, I was watching that and I'm like, this is my, like, what's the opposite of a Super Bowl? Whatever that is, that, that whole meme of this is my Super Bowl. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Like, I could not do it at all. And like, Aubrey, props to her. Like, she was very, very smart and starting to make inroads with Rizzo. I know what she's doing. I see it. I'm not an idiot. I
Yeah.
see it. But like her just being like, hell yeah, give me that shit. Like, I'm like, dude, you are so unhinged. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, you're just
Dancing
doing it for the
around.
love of the game. She's like, this is fun. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, and everyone's like trying not to throw up. I'm like, dude, if I saw that thing and I picked it up and it started moving, I think I would throw up on the spot. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
And
I don't think I could either.
also this food, like, I was making a joke with my friend. I'm like, dude, if Jeff just put out a thing of Heinz ketchup, and I would put $500 on that instant.
You just
I'd say $500, but that's never
That's
gonna happen.
crazy.
But if he
Yeah,
did,
that's
I'd be like,
crazy.
give me that shit. I'm bringing that back to camp. I'm putting that in my fish. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
can I
You
put
want
this
like
on a coconut?
condiments. Yeah. I guess they've given like stuff like seasoning and sauces. Like that's been a reward before. So that wouldn't be out of the ordinary. I thought like the blanket, I was like, oh, like Suri gets a blanket. Fancy. Like that was nice.
That was so cool.
And then like she got a toothbrush and toothpaste. That was also cool.
Now,
Um
my big thing is, right, and this is where like it didn't really have it. I mean, it had the loved one, but like, one, why did they not include this? But two, why was no one thinking about the possibility of an advantage or a
yeah.
reward? Like, they brought Mr. Beast in and like, oh, this will be a tribal. Like, but I'm like, okay, I partly get why you're putting it in here so that you can have it, but you couldn't have done anything to like, okay, now that you've all burnt pretty much all your money, who wants this advantage? Like, because, or even the first thing, like, we're gonna start with an advantage to
Yeah.
finding an idol. Like, just make chaos, because like, if I'm being honest with you, if I'm some of these people and I know that I'm on the bottom, and I think that's the difference that we are not seeing this season. A lot of seasons, people know that they're on the bottom, and the amount of like chaos where people don't know they're on the bottom. Like, why does Emily not know she's on the bottom? Like,
Yeah, should not.
respectfully, like, how is she not aware of that? Like, how is Jonathan not, like, that's what I'm saying is kind of indifferent about this season of Lies. People don't know they're on the bottom, which is creating some big blind sides. But also at the same point, like, no one's gonna try to save their money in case there's an idol or an advantage to, like, that's what I would do. I'd be like, frick yeah, I'm doing that. But like, if I wasn't in a position where I need to do that, I'm going for them freaking fries, man. Give me fries, some ketchup, like, like, I think I would crash out if I paid for something. It was like some like vegetable food. Like, I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, bro. I'm
Carrots and
not,
hummus.
dude. I was like, why are we happy about that? I don't want that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I felt like Rizzo a little bit. People were like, Rizzo's picky. I'm like, yeah, I would be too. I wouldn't want
You're
this
like
shit.
Yellow Sophie last season when she's like,
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I don't want fruit because they got a fruit fly.
Exactly. I'm like, I wouldn't want that.
I mean, fair. I wouldn't. Yeah, if I was starving, I would be like, give
I mean,
me
if I'm
like
starving,
a
I
whole
would.
chicken. Give me a whole chicken. Give me like something like that. Like that's gonna, I could take back to camp with me and eat. Cause can they do that? Do you think they take the rest of the food back?
I think it depends on because I feel like in past seasons they've been told no, but I feel like it depends on the reward and the season, like if they're specifically stating it.
Like, so
But like, we
took a
haven't really ever
blanket.
seen
Like,
it other than like seasoning or different things like that.
But they didn't. I remember it's like you only have time to finish your reward until the auction is done.
Yeah.
The one thing about the auction that I thought would be interesting is that like, so the last item was letters from home for $20. what if people spent all their money?
Yeah, they're cooked.
Like, did
No
they
letters
tell them,
from.
like,
Well, people could
save
share.
some money at the
They could
end?
share.
Yeah, I guess, like, you can give
So
someone
like,
else
I
money.
mean, it would be really smart. Like if I had $40 and you already spent all your money, I could be like, Donnie, here's $20. Take the letter from home.
Yeah.
Hopefully, people don't see it as a big move. They probably would if they're thinking smart. They see that as a big move. Of Mikhail is trying to build some capital
Yeah.
with
But
Donnie right now.
but what if
Like,
I didn't? I'm like, you know what? I don't want a letter from home. What, I have not been able to participate in the Mr. Beast twist. Like,
no, you
that
would
was
have. I feel like
but that was part of the disadvantage, like the chaos with the comfort. Comfort was home. Chaos was Mr. Beast's disadvantage. So
I
if I
guess
didn't put
you
in
wouldn't have been
money
able to.
for my letter, theoretically, maybe I didn't have to participate. I
Yeah.
thought the Mr. Beast thing sounded scary. I was like, I feel like I would be like, that's sus. Especially after I just seen Christian go home to Jimmy fucking Fallon. I mean, like, I want
I'm
no
like,
parts in
dude.
this. I was Tiffany won the like the challenge, where she was so lucky because she got to kind of be safe from
Yeah.
this whole thing. But that's the
Dude,
position
she was
I
so
want
still.
to
That
be
was.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you know, I think at the end of the day, it's like we can look at it as I can help myself, but what is the advantage of helping another person to where you could build social capital? And I don't know if a lot of players are thinking this. If I'm on the show and I'm seeing it, I'm thinking, okay, Donnie just, ate a grub so that I don't know, like some random person could get actual food. Like I'm thinking Donnie's playing the game hard. You know what I mean? And like
yeah,
I think that like Jonathan, with even him doing that, I think it's smart in capacity, but because he's trying to build inroads with Ozzy, I think some of these players, and maybe they're not showing it, need to really play out who's here, what connections do they have. I think that's something that I would do on the island. I think I'd go down to the beach by myself, write out, okay, we got Ozzy here, Sari here, like, and then just start matching and putting people together and
yeah,
being like, okay, like, I'm noticing that these two people have never said each other's names and are together. Okay, maybe I need to build inroads to them, or maybe I need to realize they're the target and they need to go,
yeah. I think the thing about this particular season, I don't think they have time to like actually like digest.
Fair.
'Cause everything is happening
So
so
quick.
quick. We're literally on like day
39 days. Give us back our 39 days.
Yeah, we're on day 19. It's like 6 days left, but there's still 9
6, 7.
people left in the game. 6,
Hmm.
7, yeah. Or at this point, there are 10. There's still 10 people left in the game. Even like food and stuff, like for me, like the rice, I've been like, not worth it. We're literally here for a few more days. Like,
Exactly.
give me whatever. I've been starving for 19 days now. I can make it 2 more days. But we do get to see Tiffany win the challenge, and we get this like
She cooked.
big moment where she's like, I went home on day 19 in my season. So the fact that like I know that I'm not gonna go home tonight with this Mr. Beast twist is great. Um, I, I, it's like interesting because I feel like Tiffany has done a complete 180 of like being on the bottom, start a merge. Her
Mhm.
name was the secondary name written down along with D. And just kind of, I feel like I know we say Sari is in the best position, which I think is true, like holistically, but I also think Tiffany might be in the safest position.
Mhm.
Like
I
me
agree.
her.
I think she's in a safe position, but I think, and this is what I'm hoping to see, is Tiffany's in a safe spot where she is right now, but does a
Yeah.
safe spot win you the game?
Yeah.
So
There's no
Tiffany
agency.
needs to
She's not
get to
making
that certain point,
moves.
start making those moves, and honestly, if she takes Sari out, like that is maybe the jury hates that. Maybe the jury hates that because Sari's so liked, but I think maybe they're going to be like Sari's a big threat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, or Ozzy because he's a individual immunity challenge or whatever because they're
I
not
mean,
seen next to pair.
she tried
You
to
know?
get Emily out last episode. It didn't work
Yeah,
out for
she's
her, but
starting to. She wants to
she
start
did
making moves.
start. Yeah. So
So I
she
think I would
wants
like to see
to.
her do. Maybe she doesn't see it that way, but like maybe people that are not like on the bottom and start looking at when is the time to strike. And I'm hoping that
Yeah.
next episode, the one after, is when we start to see Tiff pick it up and be like, okay, Emily's gone at 11. Now, if I want to play a winning game and not just get carried to the end, I need to start looking at these big threats. You know, your
Yeah, we only got
Cerise,
a
your
few weeks left.
Ozzy.
There's only a few weeks left of episode or season 50. So like we need to see a few people. Like, I'm sorry, and this may be bad because we get this whole montage from Aubrey of like, Michelle made
Oh
her
my
big news
God.
towards the end of the game. And I'm like, I'm maybe this will be the clip. I don't know. Aubrey is boring. She is
I think this might
boring.
be the clip.
She's not doing anything for me. Literally at all. She has not done anything this entire season. Like legitimately, I'm like, I'm bored. I'm bored watching her. I'm
Yeah.
bored like seeing her like confessionals and how she had this a rivalry with Genevieve that like happened to be nothing. Like, and I'm just bored of it. And I personally, I can't see Aubrey winning the game because I just think she's been very boring. Like,
Yeah.
she's truthfully, like, out of everyone left, I legitimately think she is the most. No one's looking at her because she's boring. And like, I think like people have been hyping Aubrey up this whole season. I'm like, looking at the jury and looking at Aubrey, I am not seeing it. I can't see it. I'm so sorry. Like, that may be like controversial to say. I don't see a win for Aubrey. Like, I don't. She's on my draft team, and
This is getting clipped so hard.
I don't.
hope you know.
I'm not. I don't see it. I don't. I'm sorry, Aubrey.
See,
Forgive me, but yeah, it's not.
I when they showed that, I was like, okay, are we foreshadowing? Like, why is this being brought up, right? And I would agree, she's definitely up there for least amount of content, and I think they're trying to give her a little bit. Uh, but the only thing I could think of that could happen is she's one of those people that ruffle the least amount of feathers. And if she's in the end with like an Emily or maybe a Jonathan or something, right? People are like, well, she didn't really she didn't do much, but she didn't piss me off too much. And she didn't cause that much drama. So that's where the only way I could see, because I know we've had a couple, like, it's not I guess it's more rare. I think in orgs, it happens a lot, where the best player doesn't usually win. Because people are very bitter. So that's the only thing I could think of that could possibly happen, unless she like really puts it into gear. Like she's the reason Sheree goes home. She's the reason
Yeah.
Ozzy goes home. Like, and it's like hard for me to see that happen.
Yeah,
Or
she's in the
like,
worst position. Like, I mean, not
yeah,
saying like worst position meaning like
game
in the
wise.
tribe, but like
Yeah.
we have a 3 people person line: Sari, Ozzy, Rizzo. We have a duo: Rick Devens and Emily. We have, I guess, Jonathan is kind of a free floating agent at this point. We have Tiffany and Joe, who are kind of like outskirts. Aubrey is kind of just alone. Like, I truly do not. I see her path to the end for sure. I would be
Don't see her
shocked.
winning.
I will be shocked. I'm like, it's like the point where it's like you throw a toy on the ground and you're like, do something, do something.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting to see her throw a name out. I'm waiting to see her think something through for herself and just make a decision. I'm waiting to see her do anything. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, even last episode, Rick Devens literally, or 2 episodes ago, put his life on the line to like save him in her game. And like the next episode, she's like, I gotta get Rick Devens out. I'm like, how does that make sense? Like, I feel like that's the person you should be connecting with. And like Christian and Devens gave her an idol, and none of her storylines have come to fruition. And I think that's my like issue with her. So it may be a strong opinion. I definitely think like based on this season, maybe they don't want us to think that Aubrey does well, so that could be
give her a
true
bad win.
too. But like, I don't know. I'm not seeing it for her. I'm not.
I just don't. My big thing is, I don't see a world, or I don't see how, if for some odd reason she gets to the end with some of these bigger threats that she wins against them. Like, how does she get to the end with Suri and Suri loses?
Yeah.
That is my question. That's what I just don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say
Even
the either the edit is really like kind of like Erica season 41, where the edit was really bad and everyone said she was really good. Unless that's happening, or she really turns 360 and then another 180 and locks in for this last couple episodes where she is the one that's moving the needle. People are getting like that's the only possible way that I see it possible for her to beat someone that's a big threat, unless she's in the end with like Emily and Jonathan, who like.
but do
But
you
even
see
Jonathan has
Emily
friends on the
making it?
jury.
Do you
Even
see
Jonathan
Emily
has
making it to the end?
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how.
Like she can't be. I feel like you're right. She could probably be Emily and Jonathan, but the likelihood that that's the final 3 out of
It's
this
so
season is so small because I
that'd be
think
crazy.
Tiffany could beat her. Truthfully, I think Tiffany would beat her. I
Mhm.
think Ozzy would beat her. I think Suri would beat her. I think Rizzo would beat her, but I also think that like based on like Rizzo, I think we see a lot of Rizzo working with Suri, but I could imagine like Rizzo has the same issue that he had his first season, where
Mhm.
like the jury just doesn't respect him. So like
Yeah, because the
potentially
person he's
that could
working with
be,
has done more work.
but like also that potentially could be like a bad thing for Rizzo. But that's about it. Like I see everyone, but maybe even Emily would be hard because she would have at that point Devens and Christian on the jury as well, and I I I don't see it, guys. I'm so sorry. It's not. I mean, her name did get thrown out today or this episode, so like potentially we're just not seeing something. Stephanie was like, it's either gonna be Ozzy or Aubrey. And I would say it happened to be neither one of them, and it was Stephanie. But yeah. Anyway, back on track. We get back to camp. It's kind of crazy. It's like honestly the most wild scramble that I think I've seen in so long.
Yeah.
Because we got like Jonathan and Aubrey saying, you know what? You're right. Let's get Ozzy out. And Jonathan is like, you know what? I'm gonna get Stephanie in. Ozzy threw Stephanie's name out, which was not true. And then they loop in Devens. Devin loops in Emily. Jonathan loops in Joe. So it seemingly feels like, oh shit, it's gonna be Jonathan, Aubrey, Stephanie, Devens, Emily, and Joe. 6 to vote out Ozzy. Mind you, he has an idol. So I don't know how that would work. But Joe wasn't like, he's like, we really need to get Devens out of here. I'm going to go talk to Sari. So Joe goes to talk to Sari, and Sari's like, no, that's not going to happen. So then Stephanie goes to talk to Sari, and obviously we even seen like a clip before of like, Sari's like, Stephanie, I know you're lying to me. Like, you're literally lying to me. So this episode, then we get like Stephanie, Sari then being like, well, if Stephanie can lie to me in my face, like I don't want her here. Let's get Stephanie out. And then that gets back to Stephanie. So then Stephanie's like, let's get Sari out. And then they're like, Devens is like, what about Rizzo? So basically everyone's name gets thrown out before tribal, which is like kind of unheard of. Like I felt like that was kind of like unprecedented. Like I was actually nervous walking into tribal. I'm like, I don't exactly know what's gonna happen. I knew this Mr. Beast thing was gonna pop up, but like obviously we didn't know that. So we get to tribal, and I feel like as the person with the Rick Devens shirt on, you should give us a play-by-play of what your boy took us through.
All right. So we're at tribal, and Rick decides to just blow up the game. He just goes, yeah, so guess what? Stephanie basically told me that she wants to vote Sari and just keeps going through that. And then Stephanie's like, no, I've never said that. I would never, I wouldn't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Or to Ozzy, right? Ozzy, blah, blah, blah. And Devins is like, you're lying? Like, and he was so cool. Like, and if I'm looking at it, Sari's clocking everybody. So I think Sari knows Devins ain't lying. And I think she says
Yeah.
that. So like, I think, like I said before, Devin just blowing up the game like that, literally, amazing. And then it turns into like a little bit of that chaos stuff, into like a chaos tribal. And then it gets reeled right back in because Mr. Beast arrives. He comes down. He goes, I got this briefcase. Flip heads or tails. You decide who wants it. If you get it right, the money doubles. $2 million.
Crazy
$2
prize.
million freaking dollars. And you're safe and you get an idol. Holy shit. That is literally like the greatest thing. But the downside, you don't hit it. Guess what? Pack your bags. You're the next one out and you're on the jury tomorrow. So like that to me is like wild because that I don't know if they already knew Jimmy Fallon was a bust and they had their shit called up and they go, Mr. Beast, please save us. Please come in and give us
We gotta turn the heat up. We gotta
turn the heat up because that shit was crazy bad. So they do that, right? And everyone's sitting there going, oh my God, like this is what's happening. Like, can we like do this? Like, I don't want to do this. I'm scared. I'm like, and Rick goes, I want to do it. I want to do it. Let me do it. And Rick Devens, the GOAT, gets to do it. Everyone let him do it, which I thought was crazy. They must have thought he was definitely not hitting, or I think they almost thought he was so like expendable that he could sit there and if he wins it, it doubles our money. We'll just vote out Emily or Stephanie, or he doesn't. He goes home and problem solved.
Yeah,
right.
I think
that's where they're at.
I was gonna say, I think with this, he like it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you're not. If you're going home, flip the coin. Like you got nothing to lose. If I was safe, if I felt safe, I don't think I would have. So like it would be like I don't know.
I think in my eyes, right? If I was there, I think I flipped the coin regardless because, like what we've seen, if you flip that coin and you hit it, it is going down as one of the greatest Survivor moments. Yeah. Because the amount of pressure, the amount of like outcome to come from that and consequence, risk, you don't see it in a lot of different things. And for Devens to sit there, sit there and do that and just be like, this is so Rick Devens. Like even Ozzy said, this is such a Rick Devens thing. For him to sit there, hit it, get an idol to cause more chaos for the next one and to be safe and be like, I'm good now. You almost have to do it, right? Like Rick had to do it. Nobody else was going to do it but Rick Devens. And he has etched himself into Survivor lore, into Survivor history as the biggest risk taker I think we've ever seen. And that is what Rick Devens thrives on. And I think if I'm in his boots, why wouldn't I do it? I don't know where the way this tribal is going to go. What, I could play my shot in the dark and then I don't have it and it's a 1 in 6 chance, or I could do a 50-50 chance, double the money, which will make a lot of people happy, win immunity, but get a fucking idol.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, and this is the biggest thing, break all that. Who cares about that? You are etching yourself into Survivor lore in history as one of the greatest moments in Tribal Council. You have to do that. You have to. You have to be the person that's going to move the needle. You have to be the person that's going to take that risk. Everyone else played scared. Devens didn't. Now look at where he's at because he took a risk. And
he
that's
bought himself a few more
weeks.
weeks. He bought himself a few more weeks in this game. Devens is not going anywhere. I think we should watch the clip because I just feel like we have to. So here we go. We'll watch it again.
Cinematic.
You ready, Devens?
Oh my gosh.
Born for this. Do a project. Come on up. Get it, buddy. What? Is your heart racing? Oh man, you know it. Yeah. You know it. Good luck. I pray you call it right.
You're right here.
All right.
It's hitting for the 2 million.
Okay, so Devens, are there any nerves? Yeah, there are nerves, but I'm so excited to be part of this moment, honestly. I think this is a historic moment, 50 seasons of Survivor.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my tribe, even the people I, threw under the bus tonight.
Stephanie is like, don't hit it. Don't get it. Please go home.
All right. Here's the coin.
Oh,
so
boy.
just to review,
On one side is the Beast logo. We're going to call that heads. Okay. The other side are torches. That represents tails or survivor. So you just tell us what you want. When you're ready, you'll flip it. This is a big time flip.
What do you guys think he should pick?
That's him. Tails.
Yeah.
Rizzo would have been wrong.
Rizzo would have gone home.
Yeah.
Love Mr. Beast.
I would have picked tails too. So
I think I would have picked heads.
Being in one of these YouTube videos, so I gotta go with the Mr. Beast side. I gotta go with heads.
Okay.
Because I think they're gonna be sending good vibes. But if it doesn't work out, it's not their fault.
All right, so you're going to flip this coin. If it is heads, Devens is safe. Devens will get an idol, and the prize money for the winner of this season will double to $2 million. If it comes up torches, ironically fire, the prize money stays at $1 million, and none of you go home because he will be going home.
Wow.
Biggest stakes ever on Survivor.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go, Rick Devens, when you're ready.
Ready for that?
You called heads. We're looking for the Beast head.
All right. I hope you hit it.
Here we go.
Please land on heads.
just rolling.
Watching this live was like crazy. Joe, don't stand up so fast. Wow. Cinematic moment. We got to
Absolute
watch.
cinema.
Honestly is even better watching the second time. I haven't seen it since I watched it. Wow. I'm happy for it. I think a twist like this, not gonna lie, would kind of be a bust if he goes home. Like, it's a big risk for them to take to be like, if Rick Devens picks the wrong side, he goes home. I think it would still put him in like a good position of like, oh no, I didn't get voted out. I literally got a coin flip. What did you think of this twist? Like, did you like it? Was it something that you want to see again? What did you think?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I don't think to the same extent. Because obviously this is the 50th season. It's the Paramount season, you know. It's the not end all, but like the start of a new generation of Survivor, right? And I think that this twist is supposed to be a capstone of it.
Yeah.
And I just loved it because it was such a high stakes thing. It's such a risk thing. That is such a Survivor thing. And to be able to have someone step up to do it, regardless if they're going to go home or not, just to step up and take that risk shows what a lot of Survivor is. It's risk taking, it's luck based, it's chance. That's what the game of Survivor is. And I just personally think that even if Rick goes home, you have to take that chance. You have to, because the reward, and especially where Rick was, like, I'm not saying Cherie probably, those people shouldn't do it, but like, because of where she is on the tribe and how like
in her history, she would be lucky.
She would have been lucky. She would have been gone.
To go
like
home.
In the nicest way. She has such terrible luck. I'm waiting for like the final four when she gets screwed by like some random thing or something.
By the Beyonce boomerang idol.
By the Beyonce boomerang idol, yeah.
We're waiting.
So I think regardless, you take it. And I would love to see something like it, but different. Maybe it's like, hey, is anyone willing to step up and flip this coin? If you're right, you get rice brought back to your camp. If you're wrong, you lose your vote tonight. Like things like
something
that would be
a little more
interesting.
minimal.
Like they're minimum, they're not as high stakes. You don't go home, like stuff like that. But for this season, I think it's cinematic. I think Rick Devens, I think when they're writing it, they're like, God, I hope Rick Devens is still here. Because he's the one that is probably psychotic enough to take it. So, you know, I personally loved it. And I think that it was a great end to such a great episode. And I think it just even propelled it more into the percentage of whoever does the ranking of every Survivor episode and tiers them is ranking that very high. So
yeah, it was a great episode. I think in totality, like from the auction, from Mr. Beast coming the first time, it just was all like into like the pre-tribal scramble, the live tribal that was happening. Then Devens is safe, so then they gotta scramble again. I think everything was great. I will say, like, I did see Stephanie say that they all did agree to vote out Rick Devens there. Like that was like the agreement walking in. Who knows if it's true or not? Like, but from her perspective, that was what was gonna happen. And
Glad it
I
didn't
think
happen.
I was glad it didn't happen too. Number one, I think Devens is like such a big character on this season. It would be like it's too early to lose him. It feels so late in the season because merge happened so early. But there are still 9 people left in the game after
It's
today.
crazy,
like,
isn't it?
it's some we got time. Like there's still time.
Mhm.
I called this like the Rick Devens Renaissance. Just when you think he's down, just when you think he's out, he like I said, he bought himself 2, if not, like I could see Rick making it to the final 6, if not further than that, just from this alone, because I think he's going to have some flexibility with having an idol in his pocket. Number 1,
Rizzo method.
Rizzo method. Number 2, I think people are gonna be scared to vote for him. Like they're gonna be like, he's gonna play this idol, he's gonna be safe. I think he knows that like maybe either I have to play the idol right away or I need to say that I'm going to play it and not play it. He kind of already used that strategy, so we see like it'll be fun to see how
Did
it
I
works
blame him
out.
again?
Now. Yeah.
Now my question for you
Yes.
is, if he plays this idol, does an idol get replaced into the island, or?
Let's hope.
I really hope,
I
because we
need
need
another
something.
idol. I need Sari to get the opportunity to be saved by an idol, because at this current moment, I guess Devon's idol could save her. Like her allies have idols, but it's actually not helpful for her because they can't play it on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Which kind of sucks. So like I'm wanting Sari to find an idol. That's what else I need on this season. Let's get it. Aubrey had an idol. We got Devens has an idol. We got Ozzy has an idol. Rizzo has an idol. Let's give Sari one. Like let's give her. Joe and Tiffany have had the necklace. Jonathan doesn't need anything. Let's give Sari an idol. Let's give her a souvenir to take back. I guess we didn't talk about it, but like, so after Devens gets saved, we get, okay, now who the hell is going home? Stephanie decides to use her steal vote on Devens.
Devens is like, yeah, saw that one coming a mile away.
And then we kind of get this like chaotic scramble. And I definitely think like we hear Aubrey or Stephanie's name. So that was kind of like good. I was like, whew, not Sari. Because that would have been a good moment to try to go for her. But like, nope, we didn't get that. And unfortunately, Stephanie goes home unanimously, besides herself and Devens' vote that she stole, where she voted for Aubrey. R.I.P. Stephanie. Do you think Stephanie could have done anything differently in the game to stay? Or
she already, like I said, she already pretty much dug her own hole. I think just she didn't have enough fluidity in the beginning of the game, and that really kind of locked her into where her projection and placement was. And I think even like not being able to, I guess in this sense she did read, because like Ozzy told her not to play it, right? She still played it, but like I think she didn't read on the island as well, and knowing the connections that were out there and telling the information she did. And I think that there should have been, and maybe the edit didn't, maybe the edit didn't do her justice and took some of it out. But even things like, talking with like Devens, could she have done that like like more of a different type of way, and like, hey, like let me explain to you why, instead of, hey, like let's vote Sari and that's it. Like like being like, hey, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like from what I'm seeing is like you're kind of on the bottom, like I'm kind of on the bottom, like let's connect together or something like that. You know what I mean?
Together, yeah.
Let's band together. So I think that that's something that I think Stephanie should have preemptively done. But I think once she got there, it was pretty much it's her Devens. And once that happened, it was pretty much bye-bye Stephanie, and there's nothing she could have done other than she probably should have played her shot in the dark. I don't know why she didn't.
She probably should have. I think that she had an extra vote that she could have still voted.
Yeah. So
I think Stephanie went home a lot like it feels like a big reason why they wanted to vote her out, because she was the one throwing Ozzy's name out there, number one, and number two, she wasn't owning it. I will say, obviously, we know that she wasn't the person who started throwing Ozzy's name out there, and she just like didn't. If I was her, and again, it's like one of those things where like I'm not necessarily saying I would throw my allies under the bus right at the end if I needed to, but there comes a point where it's like it's either you or me. I gotta start looking out for myself. Like now the prize spot is $2 million. It's not just 1 million. It's 2 million. I need to do something. And like truthfully, she could have been like, guys, it was Jonathan who threw Ozzy's name out. It was not me. It was Jonathan. And Jonathan didn't take any heat from throwing Ozzy's name out. He literally was like, Ozzy, I would never. And I think he believed it. So I think Stephanie should have, and again, I know like it sucks to throw an ally under the bus, but you have to play a flexible game. You have to be adaptable. And sometimes you have to cut someone loose to like extend, like honestly, Rick and Emily might have a longer runway with Christian gone. Like, and truthfully, like, there's gonna come a point where I also think Suri is gonna have more longevity by letting Rizzo or Ozzy go. Like, I don't think you can take all of them to the end. You need one of them on the jury. So I think Stephanie should have been more aware that you're gonna have to cut someone loose. And if you're taking the blame for something you didn't do, honestly, just throw it on the person who did. He can't be upset like he did it, like Jonathan did it. So it's like, I don't know. And it was a whole moment with Rizzo where he's like, I don't get what we're saying. Like, we're not throwing out names. Like, that's the point of the game. Like, I can't believe that. That's kind of like BS. And she's like, I'm not going to throw out anyone's name first. But I don't think that gave her any favors. Like, I think it was like, yeah, Stephanie, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
pretty-
so
Yeah, I agree.
that's what I think of Stephanie. I didn't hate Stephanie this season. Like, I think she was fine. I think her allies, I think I preemptively thought that she would be closer to this like honor and integrity group than she was, in my opinion. It didn't seem like she was as locked in with them as it felt like. She was actually closest to like Q and Genevieve, which is just kind of unfortunate. And I think I would have actually wanted to see her play with them. So just kind of interesting that like she did kind of draw the short end of the straw, or whatever, the short straw.
That's a
this
Survivor.
season.
Survivor.
And yeah, that's the game, unfortunately. So peace out, Stephanie. You'll be great on the jury with your boy coach, your bestie. Have fun.
That's
All right.
Ponderosa would be crazy.
I know. Give us Ponderosa videos, please.
I know, we want them back.
Please. I just saw one the other day where it was from Game Changers when Suri got like idled out or whatever. Idol-geddon is what they call it. And she's like, there were so many idols. I was like, damn, is the jury gonna start pulling out idols? Like, like I was like, Suri's so funny. Like, we need to see that of her. I mean, I just like the behind the sceneness.
Me too.
Ponderosa. All right. So, Mikhail.
Mm-hmm.
Who is leaving next? Who is the next out of this game?
Are you ready? Are you ready for my answer? Emily Flippin.
Emily Flippin. Why?
It's got to be Emily because Rick is going to be too big of a threat. They're not going to put his name down. Or they're going to split votes. But Rick will either play idol or won't. The votes will go on Emily. Emily go home.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Emily because, like, I can see what Cerise's Wizard of Oz is doing. It's kind of like a pendulum. They're getting this side, and then they're getting this side. Like, if you think about it, it's been, like, first round D, then Christian and, not Christian, Chrissy and Coach, then Christian, and then Stephanie, and now it's Emily's turn. So I also think Emily's going to be gone next. I've said it for a few weeks, and I'm not hating on her. I just think with her sights, Ozzy has his sights on her. Tiffany has her sights on her. I think Suri will be okay with her leaving. I think it might be a done deal. But I like to be surprised. So surprise me.
Surprise me.
All right. Move of the episode.
Do we even have to ask what it is? It is Rick Devens coin flip. I don't even know coining it. Coin it. That's what I'm gonna call it. Coin it. He's just the GOAT, man. He did literally everything he could have, took the risk, like I already said, and just put it all out there. And that's what we want to see from Survivor players. Are you willing to take a risk? Are you going to play this safe? I'm in the middle game, or I'm the here game, or whatever, blah, 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 until I go home. No, you're going to take risk. And I think, it's one of those things where it's like, once you do it, like, you get the chance to build a resume, build things on your resume, be able to be a threat, be able to play the game really well. And just like, and that's where it goes down to me, for me personally, is it's a remembrance thing, right, Donnie? Like, if I was on season 38, okay, that was my starting season. Now I'm on 50. I want to be rememberable. Hell, I want to win money, but am I rememberable? Like, because if I'm voted out 7th or 15th, even that far of a difference, if I would rather be voted out 15th and have done something that they can remember on the season than be 7th and do nothing and be boring, then be boring. So I think for me, I think Rick is like, I'm playing the game. I love my chaos. I'm going to give them a Rick Devens show.
Everything.
And that's what it's going to be.
Everything. I love it. I agree. I think it's a move of the episode. I think like you said earlier, it's both. I think you have to risk things to get far on Survivor. I also think, like, if you have nothing to lose, if you're probably going to go home anyway, like, go for it. Like, and I love the quote that Jeff said, like, not this episode, but he says, like, you should play because you're probably not going to win. Play because you're probably not going to win.
Or you're probably never going to play again.
Yeah, and it's also probably the last time you're ever going to play. And I think I agree with you. It's like being memorable, being like just like submitting yourself. I think Rizzo kind of has like a good outlook of like, it's not, I don't necessarily think Rizzo is playing to win. I think Rizzo's playing to submit himself and Survivor history and like the Survivor, like, and I think he already has. Like, I think from last season, it's like he did a lot of things. I was like, that was very bold. He went out in a golded spot, Final Four. He's linked up with the legend Sari Fields. I think like how much better you can do, and I will say, like, from Rizzo, I would love to see a little more like, what does Rizzo want? But like, I can't lie, last episode they wanted Emily and Rizzo wanted Christian, and Christian ended up getting voted out. Like, so like, maybe we're just not seeing the fleshed outness of him pushing targets, but he definitely said it, and they definitely showed it. Like, I want Christian out. He wanted D out, and D also left. So it's like he is also has agency, and I don't know. I think you just have to really risk things to make it far in the game, and I don't know if I would risk a journey like Christian. We got like both ends of the spectrum of like journeys feel like they come with some hindrance. Versus like something like a coin flip where it's like, it's so grand. You're literally winning the tribe $1 million. Why would I say no? Like, even if I don't get it, why would I say, like, whoever
give
wins,
me some money.
Yeah, even whoever wins, if it's not Rick, they owe him like a car.
Yeah,
or something.
At this point, just put gas in my tank, bro, and we good. Like,
turn off your check engine light, please. Just come,
turn it off, please.
Come pay for that. Who's the messiest player of the week?
It's got to be Rick as well, like, because regardless of that, like, that is a big move on your resume. It's a big threat. It's a very in-your-face type of move, regardless of if he had control of that or not. I think it's just everyone knows he's a big threat, and
no way he wins now, unfortunately.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I love Rick. If he gets the end, he has to win. If he has a chance of getting the end, he has to get there. And that's the thing, is you could do so much, and I think we might be seeing season 38 repeating itself. Poor Rick Devens. So close. So close.
I think the messiest player of the week is Stephanie. I think she could have cleaned up a lot of things, specifically with Suri, that I think would have just warranted her more time. And I think just from the start of the episode with like the way like she was working with Jonathan to get Ozzy out, like if you like, and she's so upset her mess, like also let's say messy because her exit press is messy.
Oh, it's bad.
She's upset, bitter juror. But like I just like really if you like, let's be real. You were working with Suri because you guys knew each other. You weren't working together because you were playing the game together. And I think there are two separate things. And at the end of the day, like, you literally threw her name out this episode. Like, I just feel like this fair, and it's also fair game for her to also throw out your like it's fair game. Specifically when the target that you both want is off the table. I feel like you need to do something else. And like Stephanie, you had a lot of power and you didn't use it to your best ability. So like, I'm sorry. Like the steal vote was precious, and there could have been other moments where she could have used it and she didn't, and it kind of went to waste. How about that Coach and Chrissy vote? Maybe you should have stole someone's vote then, Stephanie. Maybe you should have did something in the game too. So messiest for me is Stephanie. Sorry, it is what it is. Winner watch. Who are we wanting to root for?
Because it's the fifth time I'm going to say it. If it's fifth time. I think it's Suri. She is so far in the middle. And even when someone who is on the bottom goes to her and says, your name got thrown out. Like, it's just, she has so much control. I think that there's no way looking around it. Like, I can never discredit. I almost have to say Suri and this other player is on winner watch too. Like, that's where I'm at this point in the season.
Yeah. I also think like if you think about it, so let's look at the jury. D. I think Suri said her name to go home. Like she and her result discussed it. D went home. Chrissy and Coach. It was fully gonna be Devens and Aubrey. Suri came back and decided that it should be Chrissy and Coach. Christian. Suri was like, you know what? Christian said Ozzy's name. Christian needs to go. Christian left. Stephanie. Suri threw out Stephanie's name, and Stephanie went. The entire jury are sitting there because Suri is hand picking them to be on the jury in that order. I think that's super impressive. I also think she has the same battle that Rick has, where like I think she can win, but she has to get there. The likelihood of her getting there, I think it gets higher in probability per episode. It's like Final 10, it was probably like, let's say like 25%. Final 9 is probably like 40% of like, she probably could make it to the end based on who's left in the game. If anyone is smart, which I think she is playing with smart people, I don't think they're just going to give it to her. So like, she's going to have to do something to get it, whether that's playing an idol at 5, whether that's winning immunity challenge at 4, something, winning fire. She's going to have to do something, but I do think it's worth to watch to see how she gets there, because I think the season is kind of giving us a master class on like how you gracefully make it to the end and win the game. And I'm very hopeful for her. And like, not a spoiler, but like, I can't really help but think like Stephanie, and maybe she's smart, Stephanie was speaking as if her and Suri had not spoken. And I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like you guys weren't at Ponderosa together, because a lot of this would have been resolved. So that's I don't know what that means, guys. Obviously, me and Mikhail do not know who wins the season. Who knows? I don't know. I've been hoping for Suri from week 1. I just like Suri. It's like she's the person on my screen that like if she's there, I can't not root for her. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my winner pick for sure for this week, and probably for next week and the week after and the week after that. Great. I do want to ask you. We don't have to talk about it on the podcast if you don't want to, but you had a very fun experience this week with your Virginia casting call.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Do you want to tell people about it? Yeah.
I'm game.
What was
Yeah,
it like?
So I drive down to Virginia Beach. You know, I'm from New York, about 10-hour drive. Stressful, fun, entertaining, all sorts of stuff. Um, in Virginia Beach, they were on curfew because of like a shooting that happened there. I'm like,
Oh,
had no idea. It was like
yeah.
2 months or a month before. I was like, what is happening? But so wake up, get there about 7:30. I'm 743rd person in line at 7:30.
Jeez.
And it started at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was crazy. Got to talk to a lot of people. There was a lot of interesting characters, a lot of fun personalities, stuff like that. Parvati was there. Got a picture with Parvati, which was really
You have
fire.
all the greats. You literally have pictures.
Dude, I met the
I'm
Mount
jealous.
Rushmore of greats, Survivor
I'm
greats.
jealous.
Future
You met
Rick
Parvati
Devens
before you met me.
What?
You've met Parvati and Sari before you've met me.
No, I met you before that.
No, like met me
Oh,
in
no.
person.
I was like, Donnie, I met you before. What are you talking about? But yeah, no, it was really cool. Got a picture. Had to wait in this line to get in there. And then after you were in the line, I was like, wow, this is moving really fast. Like, we're going to be out of here. They had people in the place and they left and it was like 50. And they're like, we haven't even interviewed yet. So I didn't even interview until like 3:55 p.m. that day.
A long
And
day.
I didn't get a buff. They had buffs that they were giving out, but they ran out. It was like for the first like 400 people, they got buffs. First like 200 got to play like games, Survivor games, challenges. I'm like, dude, this sucks. I'm like, these people stayed overnight. I was like,
Yeah.
was I not committed enough? But when we were in there, it was a blast. I was making a lot of connections, kind of like really reading people and seeing I'm a very like people watcher, seeing what they're doing, their mannerisms, stuff like that. Like, are they nervous? Are they not nervous? Right. And I made a group of like friends that like people that were close to different things. So shout out to them. They helped me a lot. They're really cool. And I actually was like, how about we play? Have you ever heard of the game called Ninja?
Yeah, where you like put your hands.
Yeah, so your hands are here, and then you gotta So I was like, I like this random group of people, this like military mom, this like guy from I don't even remember where he's from, but just like he's getting married. This guy that I think was doing orgs, this semi-professional hockey player, professional hockey player, like just this random group of people. I'm like, you guys want to play Ninja? And like people were like, join us, and we're sitting there doing this, and like Parvati is there, and she like they actually get on stage to like announce this person that won the cruise, and we're just playing Ninja.
You're like,
and
what's
then,
going on?
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I was like, why don't we play What Are the Odds? So do you know what are the odds are?
I don't know what that one is.
So the way the what are the odds are. So I'd go, Donnie, what are the odds that I would do 20 push-ups right now? And I could give you any odds. So like the higher odds, right? Like of going 1 in 5, meaning like I really don't care if we do it. If I really don't want it, I do like 1 in 50, 60, you know, up to like however you want to go, right? And then we go on the count of 3 and we say a number. And if it's the same number, if you say the same number as me, then I have to go do that thing.
Okay.
So we did it a couple of times and I lost like every freaking time. And I'm like, embarrassment fears me. Like, I do not care. Like, the first one was like, go talk to this guy that they picked, like, as a random person that was sitting down on his phone. I went over there. How we doing? My name is Mikhail Sokoloff. How are you? Handshake to you. Oh, you're player 900. That's pretty cool. Like, tell me about yourself. Like, I don't care. And we did like
good.
this.
That's what you need. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and this is like the big thing is like Survivor. Watch this. Like, this is me. Like a 1-person interview. Like, sit down, talk with me, have a I don't drink coffee, but give me a red Gatorade. You can have a coffee.
Give you a glass of milk.
I know ball. Yeah, give me some milk. I know ball, but like I can yap. I could do all that. I could be entertaining. But when you consolidate it to an interview, you don't get all of that. So give some people a chance. But when we did What Are the Odds, we did another one was like, what are the odds that you'll walk around like because there's like they're seating this way. There's like a stage here. So like, what are the odds you'd look around the stage for an idol? So I went up and I was like, so like, here, I'll show you kind of, I was like, lift things up. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, like I was doing all sorts of funny little things, and like I'm like, because I just don't care. I'm like, this is fun. Like, I love doing things that are fun. I love being chaotic. I love random, like, things that pop up, random connections. Like, that's my life. And there was even a guy that's like, he's like, are you looking for an idol? And I'm like, I don't know. Are you looking for an idol? And he goes, I think that they're here. I'm like, yeah, I think that they're here too. And then I go and like pick up this like balloon display they have. I'm like, dude, security's
Is this
gonna
an
come
item?
run after me. They wanted me to go on
Yeah.
stage. I'm like, dude, if I go on stage, I'm getting tackled.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
get
getting
kicked
tackled
out.
to the
Yeah.
ground, and I'm not even gonna be able to do an interview. So
Mhm.
like, I was like, whatever. So, but yeah, after that, they call your number up. You go in there, you stand on like a wall, they talk to you, all that stuff, and then you go in and they have some questions. I don't go off the questions because that to me is robotic. That's not genuine. I gave as much as I could, put my heart out there. I think I could have had more. Like I said, like I need Survivor to give me a call back because like
Like you got more to show.
I
Like, yeah.
I can, but like
Yeah.
to consolidate it in a minute, it was a minute. Consolidate
Mhm.
my life, who I am, all that stuff, but give you the mannerisms that you want, the content that you want. My next one, I'm just gonna talk in circles and go, I'm a guy that knows. Like, I'm just gonna say random things and
Mhm.
be who I am because that's who I am. But it's like, how do you show that? So it's like trying to find the happy medium, which I thought I did well enough. There's definitely some things I'm like, damn, I wish I added that, different things like that. But fun experience overall. Like you got to meet so many great people. Say, how'd you get into this? You know, talk to them, hear their life stories, like all that stuff, where they travel from. It's a great experience. I even freaking the casino was like, hey, you want to give a shout out from where you're from and like
I
all that
saw that.
stuff.
I saw.
Yeah,
I
you saw.
saw your
So
video. Yeah.
so the casino did that, and I talked to like the person that runs the casino. He's like, I saw you on the thing, and I'm like, really, let's get a photo together. Like, it's just like I just love things like that, just the
Mhm.
chaoticness, the randomness, because our lives are so. And I'm sorry, I'm yapping. It's passion in
No,
me,
please,
but
please.
our lives are so like day to day routine, and like even me, it tires me out. Like even where I'm at in life right now, I'm like sometimes I get so tired, and it's like I
Mhm.
feel like oh, I'm wake up, I go to work, I do this. That's my routine. Being able to break that routine and just live life and do the random things and do the fun things and have the most random stuff come up, that to me is where I find a lot of my joy. And that's
Yeah.
why Survivor is so appealing to me and why I want to be on Survivor is
Mhm.
that aspect alone.
Yeah. No, I
And
agree. Yeah.
it's just, it was just amazing time, great people. And I'm definitely going to be doing another one. And I'm just hoping, give me that call back. I can really
Yeah.
show you who I am.
Give my boy the call back, guys. He's been
Thank you, Donnie.
commenting on your Instagram for how many days?
547?
547 days. Give him a call back. Yeah, also like I agree with you. I feel like literally was the last episode we did where you're like, oh, I'm going to the finale in New York. I'm like, I was actually thinking of going.
Mhm.
I would have come too because like why not? Like why would I come and
Life's too
actually
short.
life's too short. And like I actually am going to I guess it's like more so like because of work, but I'm going to
Oh,
a Bryson One event on
there you
Wednesday
go.
this next
Let's
week.
go.
But in Austin, Texas.
Who?
And Austin Coleman
Austin,
from Hype Viver,
Austin
he's gonna be
mentioned?
there.
Hype
Yeah,
Viver mentioned?
yes, but he's gonna be there. So I'm like, oh yeah, Austin, like it'll be good to see you. Like, and he said he was going, so I was like, I'm gonna go. And then obviously, like, you're going to one in New York, and I'm like, honestly, like, I it's gonna be such a quick turnaround. Like I was just telling my coworkers, I'm like, okay, guys, my flight's at 1:55. Our event is done at noon. I'm gonna book it. Like when I say book it, I mean 11:59. My Uber's
Sprinting
gonna be
out.
outside. I'm gonna go to the airport. I'm gonna bring just the carry on, and I'm gonna get on the flight. I'm gonna fly to New York. I'm gonna go to the finale event. It's gonna be awesome. And then I have to leave on Friday to go back home already. So it's gonna be pretty quick. Like it was quick turnaround.
Uh,
But I don't know. It's just like you need to do those things, and I haven't auditioned for a Survivor yet. But like, even I guess a similar experience. I went to like this was when I was younger. American Idol had an open call in Chicago, so like I didn't even live here. I lived in Milwaukee, and I literally like got on the train and I came to audition for American Idol. I did not get on, you guys. Sorry. But
Next
it was
one,
a good
you're on it.
experience. Yeah, that was when I was 18, so I was a baby. But, you know, I think like you miss 100% of the opportunities you don't go for. And
Exactly.
why you never know what's gonna happen. You never know if like, you know, you made a connection with someone. I think the more they see your face, the more posting you do, the more I guess podcasts you do, whatever, like however you get your face out there, the more they're gonna remember like, okay, like this kid is like dedicated, and maybe
This
it's
guy
not
knows ball.
maybe it's not season 51, but like maybe it's season 52, maybe it's
Season
53.
72,
Yeah.
run it.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
be
gonna
like
be for you.
40.
Yeah, what's for you is for you. It's gonna be your turn, and it's gonna be amazing. So I say, yeah, be patient. You work hard too. I feel like every time you can get your face in front of anyone Survivor related, I feel like you go for it. Like since I've known you, which
Opportunist.
I guess it's been a year, maybe. I don't know how
Mhm.
long. But yeah, so
My
you're doing good.
friend, sorry to put in there, but my friend, she's just been like, everything is about Survivor. Like literally, like your whole life is Survivor. Like so I work as a resident director, and I did a What the Duck program.
Mhm,
So basically the way it works is you hide ducks, they win prizes, right?
mhm,
And I even made like a little montage, like this is like Survivor. You gotta go find those ducks. It's like an idol. You gotta find them. Like so
mhm,
I correlate Survivor a lot in my day-to-day life. And you know, it's just made such an impact on me. Like look at the community it's already given me. Like it's just amazing. And you know, to be able
mhm,
to get on and be able to be a player, like that is just the peak, the absolute peak of it all.
mhm. I mean, people
Until I
might not
win it, then
know.
that's the
Yeah.
peak. But
Then that's till you flip the coin, double the prize money, $2 million, and
no,
then
I'd
win
probably
the
go
$2
home.
million.
I'd be the one that flips tails. Shit, I should have listened to
Like,
Rizzo.
no. I was gonna say though, even people, I don't know if people know, like, I think we seem like good friends probably. But like me and Mikhail, one, have never met in person. So that's number one.
First
And number
time
two,
coming up.
we met doing Survivor. So like Survivor brings people together like all over. Like I have so many friends just from watch, and actually like I'm a late fan. Like I didn't start watching Survivor till pandemic. Like that was when I first started
Oh.
watching. I really got into it like probably like season 40. Who won 44?
Mm.
I don't remember.
See,
Um
ooh, that's 2021. I mean, we're similar. Like I was
44.
a Survivor fan, but like not like die hard
Oh,
until
Jam
COVID.
Jam. That was probably the first season where I was like, I watched it on
40.
TV as it happens, season 44.
That's awesome.
And then I've gone back and watched, like, I think my first season, which is weird, I watched Winners at War first. I don't know why.
You really ruined it all for
did.
yourself.
And then I was like, wow, those were some really cool people. Let me go watch all of their seasons and how they won. And then I think I
Donnie.
discovered like Sari, and I was like, who is this Sari gal? Because I think I watched Parvati season, and I was like, oh my God, I love Sari. And then I watched all Sari seasons. And then, yeah, it's been like just bouncing around, and it's such a great show, great community, great people. And people complain about people being into something, but it's like, it's Survivor. Like, it's not. You could be into way worse things. I think like it's such a cool show. It does so many fun things, and even this season we can see firsthand like it's really taking a lot of risk. Like we talk about risk of flipping a coin. Like the show is taking a bunch of risk, and whether they pay off or not, I think that's why they're able to do 50 seasons by just being risky and taking risk and casting interesting
I agree.
people and inviting Zach Brown to come spearfishing and.
That was
Yeah.
really a big part of the season.
I see a guitar behind you. Do you want to play us out with a song by Zach Brown?
Oh yeah, I got you. I can't play guitar, but I have one. So
I actually twins. I have a guitar.
I hope you're ready.
as well, and
This
I
thing's
can't
so
play
out of
it.
tune as well.
Oh, our guitars look similar. You make
All
me
right,
want to go
ready?
get mine.
Ready? Are you ready
Yeah.
for this?
Mhm.
I got my toes in the sand. All right, there it is. That's all that you need to know.
Thank
Got
you.
my toes in the sand. I'm on the island of Survivor.
And I'm
I'll play it all
spearfishing.
the rest of these bums.
And I get 4 confessionals, and
You know?
Tiffany gets none.
I got 4 confessionals, and I got to talk so much. And all these other players that worked their butts off to be here didn't get shit. I'm Zach Brown. That'll be $1,000.
Zach Brown.
Times 1,000.
At least Mr. Beast paid to be on the show.
Dude, Mr. Beast was good.
have to
Everyone was
give-
so worried about it. His was actually good.
I will say, controversial. I like Beast Games. I said it, guys.
I've never watched it.
I thought it was
Never
a good
watched
show.
it.
You should check it out. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting.
Fire players on it.
First season, I was a little like by the winner. But second
Yeah.
season, I was like, okay, I like
Okay.
that.
They kind of cooked a little bit. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
So, yes. Well, this is a very long episode for all of you guys. You're welcome. I don't have my Cerise shirt. It's behind me somewhere. Isn't that impressive? I could pick this out.
There you go. Look at that.
Thank you all for listening, and we will see you the next episode. Peace out.
Goodbye.
UrTypical Podcast. UrTypical Podcast.